Welcome to the third video in a 7-part series on boosting your confidence. Today is about turning self-doubt into self-assurance. Self-doubt is a really powerful negative monster, and it can come in and take happiness that only a moment ago, and somebody can say one thing, or you see something, or this comparison comes up, and instantly you feel terrible. You feel insecure. You feel like everything you're doing is wrong. Maybe you should change course instantly. You don't feel confident in anything that you're doing or who you are. But luckily, we can take a few steps to eliminate it. So the very first thing you want to do is discover where the self-doubt came from. Now, self-doubt often comes from external sources. So for instance, if I'm designing something and then all of a sudden I'm on Instagram someday and I see one of my favorite artists do something really cool, I'm like, oh, I'm not as good as them. Oh, and then I go back to my work and I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I was like, what am I doing? Even though I was on the track, I wasn't done, but this self-doubt has interrupted it. And it was this view of other artists that I appreciate more than, say, my own work. It could be something that somebody says something that discourages you, and like you gotta latch onto that and you go, oh, okay, yeah, their voice is in my head. What is going on? So once you identify it, then you wanna challenge it. First thing we wanna do is figure out if this is true, right? And we wanna take in as much information. Is this person that said something negative actually cool and amazing and better than you? Now, if we go back to the first thing that we talked about with the confidence list, you can refer to that and be like, no, actually, they're not God. That's not true. This is not true at all. Or if I look at an artist and I go, is their work better than mine? Well, first of all, we'd have to say almost always that's not true, because one artist may have spent 20 years working on their craft and they're here, where you're in the middle of a project and you've been doing this for 3-5 years. It's not comparable because you can't measure those two measurements against each other. So we use relative measurements and we say, actually, they're doing great, I'm doing great where I'm at. So that's not true. This is a first principles thinking. Take it down to measurable aspects and determine, is this actually true? And then do something for yourself, like make yourself a nice meal, spend some time, go out to the movies for yourself, just you. Take yourself on a date. These things really add up. It's shocking. A lot of people are afraid to say, go to a movie alone, but you shouldn't be. You should not be afraid of treating yourself well. And if you were to go through these things, that's just one little step again that invests in this new confident self. And the last thing is that we want to take actionable steps, ones that you can actually say, hey, I did this when you're going to bed. That would be things that you've heard a bunch of times before probably, such as move your body, exercise, find a support system, have positive self-talk. Now, positive self-talk is what I actually believe is one of the better ones. And now it can seem a little wishy-washy, like, oh yeah, talk well to yourself, be encouraging, have affirmations. And those are good, there's validity to that. But in my opinion, I like to do it in a more practical, simple way. I give myself little compliments that are kind of ridiculous, but it's surprising how well it works. So let's say I'm driving and I see the sleeve of my shirt and I'm like looking at my watch and my sweater, and I'm like, I'll just tell myself like, damn Jeff, that's an awesome watch. Damn Jeff, that's an awesome sweater. You've got great taste. Whatever I've always wished people would say to me, I just tell it to myself. And it's not kind of ridiculous, but it really works. It just lifts my mood. And that positive self-talk carries. Even if I'm extremely depressed that day and I'm not feeling confident, like doubly bad, it really helps. It's really shocking. Then you just keep doing that and remind yourself of all these positive qualities that you have. If you're looking for more ways to level up and build your confidence, I am now offering a private mentorship. I want to take men to the next level, bring them to total confidence, remove self-doubt, bring in this self-assurance, and just know that you can conquer anything in life when you face it. So if you're interested in that, click the link below, see if we're a good fit. And until next time, cheers.